Yo, 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 what they do, what they do. I'm your host, Aaron J. Jackson, also known as Marvin Bay. Right here, we on the 30th episode of Behind the Beer podcast presented by the FGO Network. And right here, we in LA with it. Fuck with my dog, Ojo, right here, man.
What's good?
What's good? Introduce yourself, man.
So, I'm John, Okevu OJO II. Born and raised Los Angeles, California, all 29 years of existence. And I run and operate Little Africa. That's me in a nutshell, yo. Yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
So
Groupie nigga.
So what you been doing during this whole quarantine? You know what I'm saying?
Man, bro, to be honest, dog, like at the start of it, during March, man. So at the start of the year, man, 2020 started off lovely, bro. Like I came into a new job, probably like the best job that I've ever had in fashion. And 3 months into that, Corona hit. I ended up getting let go. So it was just tough, bro. And then this year I'll be turning 30, so it was kind of like I feel like my man pride kind of took a hit, you know what I'm saying? Like last year I was also unemployed too, lost my job. So, from last year up until this year, I was really optimistic about what type of year I would have in 2020.
Yeah.
So at the start of the year, started off really good, bro, like really good. And then
it always be like that.
Bro, what? It's like, when you hear 2020, you think like, oh, it's sky's the limit, bro. Everything's about to be hidden. And if a show hit, like it hit me bad, bro. But like,
at least you said that, because most people just hide that.
Oh nah, bro. Like man, nigga, like I can't fake the funk. Like we all go through our ups and downs, and like one thing I'm not here to do. I may not show it on the gram, but it's like when I get these personal interactions, then I'll express that. But like I'm not here to give off a sob story or woe is me story. But nah, for sure. Like at the top of the year, going into March, man, like I was riding a high, but once March hit, man, the unemployment, I had to try to figure that shit out. Everyone at the same time is figuring it out. And, but what kind of helped me kind of get through it was, and it's not to say I was taking joy in other people's pain, but it was the fact that like, yo, I'm not the only one going through this. Literally, colleagues of mine, everyone's being affected by this right now, so I don't need to feel like it's only me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what I kind of got when I was like, dealing with the quarantine. Mentally it kind of fucks with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was just like, damn, let me still check on the homies. Let me still check on people and shit. And they like, yo, I'm going through it. I'm not gonna lie, but it's like, damn, by them saying that, it's like, okay, I'm not alone.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like even then too, you know what I'm saying? Like you saying hit the homies up. It did allow you the extra time to be a lot more intentional about who you're talking to or what you're doing with your time, because I feel like prior to Corona, I feel like all this time has been a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
It slowed a lot of people down. It kept us, some of us, I guess you could say, from like the bullshit or just being out, just to be out. You already know, bro, FGO, fuck going out. So it's like, that's my mentality as is. But what did fuck with me while I was out here is like, damn, I don't get the opportunity to just go to an art museum or go to a library. It's the subtle things that I couldn't do that kind of fucked with me. And it's just like sitting in the house,
getting inspired.
Like I'm looking for inspiration daily.
Did you like read anything that kind of, that's like kind of the only thing, even designing is kind of hard.
It's hard because it's like if I can go to a retail store and feel the vibe, talk with the shop people, see what the new clothes are on the floor. It's not to say you can only get that inspiration if you're going to a store or whatnot like that, but books and stuff and magazines only do so much. You know what I'm saying? When you need that personal face-to-face interaction with a person. So I was definitely in my books, definitely like purchasing coffee table books and reference books like art books and like, different archival books and shit like that. But honestly, man, I was just really trying to find the nature. If I could get out into some good nature, bro, probably do some shrooms or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do something, let the mind get, explorative and just get introverted and get, take self-inventory on self and just really work through some things. So it was tough at the early part, bro. Like, funds was tight, and then running a brand on top of that, too. Man, it's like,
don't you feel like, damn, like, it's me against the world, or my back's against the wall, because everybody looking at you, like, and it goes back into the mental state.
It's the mental, because it's like, on top of it being COVID, it's like, can I release clothes right now? Because everybody's feeling it.
Yeah.
Who am I to put a shirt out and expect someone to spend $35 to $40 with me right now?
And it's hitting everybody.
It's hitting everybody. And I had this conversation with colleagues of mine, like, yo, you as a business owner, small business on top of that, you're trying to be you're not trying to be insensitive to your customer base.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You want to, like, so for me,
gonna make you or break you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're trying to push product on people and people trying to figure out how to pay their rent, like, look at you, you're a jerk. You know what I'm saying? You look stupid. Like, So it's just like, you know, for me, it took some time for me to even get the courage up to release something, because I'm just like, I don't want people to think I'm trying to capitalize.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you know, with the Black Lives Matter movement,
and we've seen a lot of people.
we've seen a lot of people trying to, like, you know,
people that don't even look like
come
us.
on, bro. Like, I've been telling folks, man, a lot of people found out they was black this year. You know
and
what I'm
not
saying?
Even the other races.
Come on, it's our own people.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of niggas found out they were black this year. A lot of people found out that, oh, I do need to do more in regards to putting on for my blackness. Like, a lot of people are overcompensating.
You know what's so crazy? You know, us coming from where we come from, you know, living in the black community. It's like I tell people all the time on Instagram, this is a lifestyle.
Oh,
I shop in the black communities, and you know what I'm saying?
That's what I do. Like, I'm here to support, bro. Like, you know, my nigga Casey, who does bricks and wood, man, like, you know, I champion this dude, man, because since I've been doing my shit, and this man, he has his own brand. Like, I got other homies, like, this is my homie's shit right here, this Hierarchy Mark by Mark Green. It's like, you know, you should be proud to want to pay for your homie shit, especially when they're putting out quality. And right now, within the black creatives, there's a lot of good work being put out. I remember there was a point in time where people expected you to support them just because they were black and creating something.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you actually have to be putting out some sort of tasteful work, quality work. And it's like, now we're at this time and space where we have a lot of young black creators within the city as well as around the world putting out quality work. And it's like, yo, I want to support that because I feel like I'm missing out if I don't purchase.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, most definitely. It's like, and you be feeling bad like when you don't purchase or don't have the funds to or at that moment, because everybody got their rent to pay,
you know
and stuff like that. It's like, damn
man. And you may be talking with the homie DM like, yo, I'm gonna pull up. I get homies.
Say that for me. Say that for me.
You know what I'm saying? I get homies hitting me all the time like, yo, bro, I ain't forget. I just got to take care of this. And I'm Mr. Priorities. I'm like, bro, take care of your priorities first. You've been rocking with me. Even if you're not giving me your dollars, you liking, resharing, or just even like showing support.
Simple things.
It's enough, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not expecting you to cash out your whole bank on me, but, you know, the fact that you desire to, I appreciate that too.
Exactly.
You know, throw the support up however you want. You know what I mean?
And it's so crazy because it's like real recognize real.
And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like we understand, bro. Like, trust me, I'm not like these other people that just don't care.
I care, yo. Like, I care about the human aspect of you before I care about you actually giving me your money.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Because at the end of the day, money is just a tool.
It's just a tool, bro. So I'm like, man, if you liking, supporting, commenting, or just following in general, like, you know, viewing a story, whatever, like, I appreciate it, man. That goes a long way. You know?
So let's talk about your upbringing. Where you from, and how was it growing up in LA?
So for me, man, I'm from South Central, born and raised. I grew up on the east side in Huntington Park, so that's like predominantly Hispanic part of town.
Okay.
Grew up off of Zoe and Alameda Street. Like, my mom, so like backstory, like my father's from Lagos, Nigeria.
Okay.
Came out here in 1985, met Mom Dukes off of Broadway in Manchester at the bank. It's a Bank of America now. I forgot the name of the bank it was back then. But they met, linked up. Mom's from South Central, born and raised. So like, I grew up on the east side predominantly, like Paramount, Linwood, Huntington Park. But like, mom, pops separated. So pops, you know, he lived off like Gage in Vermont, or fucking lived in Riverside at a point in time, lived in Hawthorne. So like, bro, I've just bounced around LA County, but like my upbringing predominantly has been in like Huntington Park, Inglewood area, South Central. So it's just like, you know, that whole little bubble. Like,
what is it? My bad to cut you off. What is it like coming from South Central? Because I'm from Miami, so it's just hearing through music, seeing through documentaries in South Central. What is like the main thing? Like, what's it about South Central? Like, you know what I'm saying? I know it because outside looking in, but what does it mean for you? And
for
how
me,
does it mean
bro, it's like, that's the authentic part of LA, man. Because you got to think about it. LA is seen as Hollywood. Yeah. So anything north of the 10 freeway is like Hollywood. But when people come out here who aren't from LA, they don't think about the people south of the 10. And the people south of the 10 are the backbone of what LA is. You know what I'm saying? These are the minorities who are like doing the blue collar jobs, the bus drivers, the USPS workers, UPS, FedEx workers. You know, this is the backbone of the city. This is the authentic raw part of the city. So for me, bro, like coming from LA and living in these pockets, man, you just get an authentic experience, bro. Like, you grow up fast because it's a city. You know, gang culture out here. So, you know, from a shorty on up, you know, your mom and your pops is like letting you know, look out for this, watch out for this, don't wear this color, don't wear that color, be home at this time, look out for the cops. So it's just like, you kind of grow up in this ecosystem that's just so fast paced, but the people around you, you know, they have different experiences from you as well too. You know, you may have a homie who like, you know, been banging or has family members who've been banging. You grew up with him in elementary, junior high. By the time y'all get to late junior high, high school, he full on gang member.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's your man's. So you don't feel any type of, you know, apprehension about rocking with him or anything like that, because, you know, y'all have grown up together. But it's just like, shit happens fast out here. You know, people get caught up in the drugs, the party scene, you know, the club scene, however. Yeah. So it's a lot of little distractions out here, man, because there's so many things to do. So many things to do, bro.
It kind of reminds me of Miami. Like, Miami is just like that. You know, we are known for the party scene, Southeast, go ahead and get it. But even with, like, the other side of the bridge, it's like, you still could get caught up, as in like selling dope or you know, do other things. You know, go to the strip club.
Exactly,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Just get caught up in the life.
Yeah.
So it's the same deal out here too, bro. So you just gotta. I feel like it starts at the home out here. If your mom and pops wasn't instilling in you certain values or certain things that kind of keep your head on straight, you'll get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, most definitely. So what made you have a passion for designing and being hands on into clothing?
Man, so for me, bro.
I can tell in your face, like, you're excited. I feel it.
Nigga, like, this shit, bro, like, so just growing up, man, like, Mom Dukes, like, you know, she always kind of instilled me and my brother and our siblings and my cousins, like, oh, you know, you dress out. When you leave the house, you look presentable.
Yeah. Oh,
you know what I'm saying? You're not leaving the house looking like anything, ashy, whatever, like, presentable, you know what I'm saying? So dressed to the 10. So growing up, Mom's just always kind of infused a sense of pride and style. But as I got older, I began to, like, you know, develop my own sense of style and find my own interests. You know, growing up in the internet age, like 15, 16 years old, all I spent my time was on the internet. This is before social media.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So niggas have blogs. You tapping in with just all type of different things you find in whatever's on the internet and it's registering to you for you. So for me, bro, what really got me into fashion, man, like just having a natural knack for style, but it was Bape, bro.
Oh,
early Bape, bro.
Early Bape, that was amazing.
Like an early Bape and Ape, like that whole Nigo Pharrell era, when like that 05, 06 era, bro, for Bape.
In
my mind, bro. Like, bro, like even earlier, it's like Neptune's Present the Clones when he had the BBC shirts on then, bro. It's just like,
it was nothing.
It was nothing, bro. Like, they made the shit seem so effortless, bro. And then it's just like Nigo, even though he's Japanese, you see how he embodies the American culture, and he just made it look cool to be what he was. Like, I wanted that, you know what I'm saying? And then it's just like the rappers dropping it. Like, you know, I remember when Cassidy was the first nigga I seen in Bapes, bro. It was in that one video with him and R. Kelly. I can't think of the name of it, bro. But he had the Bapes on. It was like the cotton candy joints. And niggas used to think they was fake shoes. But, like, I remember that. And then it's like once Wayne caught on it with Hustlers music. When he had the
purple?
Oh, bro. The nigga had the all purple on, bro. With the Bapes.
But he wore it so smooth,
bro.
I think it's the way the cameraman just
caught it, bro. He had the parka with the thing on it, the fur thing, the bedazzled Bape chest. And I'm just like, damn, I wanted that shit, bro. And it felt... there was nowhere to get it, so they created
especially in Miami, like,
bro. I can only imagine, because out here, the only space and place out here that was carrying it at the time, authentic Bape, was like Union, and that was the first time I seen real Bape was when I went to Union at like 15, 16 years old, and like that shit just like mentally fucked me up, bro. Like, I was just like, yo, look at this shit, bro. It's like, it was just like that coveted item that you could not afford.
Exactly.
You know, so it's like, for me, I never owned Bape as a shorty, but it's like, that moment in time, Bape, BBC, Pharrell, that whole moment, bro, really solidified, like, yo, I want to be in this fashion shit. It just felt cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? It felt fucking cool. Like, I wanted that.
And, you know, back then, I bet I can only imagine, you know, growing up, it wasn't any outlets to figure out how to do it.
Nah.
You know, the only way we had it, and I can only imagine when you was coming up, the internet was good, but it wasn't at its peak where it is now, you know? And... people gotta understand, even I'm a photographer and I do, you know, photography. I didn't have the resources to learn photography.
Yeah.
Only thing I had was Tumblr. You know what I'm saying?
You saw what someone else did. What you saw what someone else did. You picked up your camera and you're like, I'm here to try to either recreate or draw inspiration from that to make my own work.
Exactly.
There was no formula. There was nobody giving you the jewels of the game. So
you have to really deeply
you literally
find
have to, bro, and
like a library.
Come on, you have to find it, and then you literally have to tell yourself, this is what I like. So once you found someone else that liked what you liked, then it's like, yo, you fucked with this too? Because it's not like now where everyone's pretty much forcing it down your throat, like, this is what's hot right now. You know what I'm saying? So like back then, you have to be very intentional about your interest. So it's like for me, bro, like I studied bait, bro. Like I looked at everything they did, bro. Like I was just like, it was a cult, bro. It was like a cult to me, and I wanted every aspect of it.
Especially the forums.
Bro, what the forums, bro? I used to stay on this one website. This is when you have to have like you have to have a proxy site just to get on a Japanese site. Mm-hmm. So there's one site called Stay246. And they had like all the bait, bro. I used to save every image of that shit on my PSP.
Ooh, yeah,
and just look at this shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know, knowing I was never gonna get it, but I had every image of every hoodie, Baby Milo, Babester calls, Babester, whatever.
That's how I was with Tumblr. Like,
you know,
my whole computer was full of Tumblr
just pictures, bro. Because it's like, and I was telling the homie the other day too. Even to this day, like I have photos on my phone from like that era. Just to remind myself, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, because of how I felt when I was
at that moment.
At that moment, bro. Like, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing now, because like I don't want to lose sense of that kid in me, bro, that just naturally fucked with this shit. You know what I'm saying?
And I think people our age, we forget that we have to be a kid again.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, like especially designing and doing things that we do creatively, we have to be a kid again. Because at the end of the day, if you think about it, when you went to art school, I mean not art school, but art class, and growing up, you were just amazed by it. You just was doing something like, damn, I like color.
I like this shit, yo. Like, cause that's the thing, bro. Like, growing up as black kids, you don't get exposed to too much too early.
At all.
So we get
you got to grow up quick.
You got to grow up quick, so you don't get that opportunity to kind of just like flow through life. And then once you start finding your interest, you're really like, whoa, I can do this. It's kind of like, for me, bro, a lot of this is just like shooting in the gym, reminding myself, like, I can do this.
Yeah.
I can do this. Like, man, like, there may not be a lot of me in this shit, but I know I can do this. And at the space that we're at now, seeing like, you know, amongst my peers, like I'm in good company with a lot of homies who are doing quality work. It's that constant reminder, iron sharpens iron, and I can do this because my peers are doing it. I'm seeing them excel and like literally eat off their own merit. And that's my whole objective with this shit, bro. Like to set myself up where I could eat off this shit, put my family in a solid position, my wife, kids, as well as niece, nephews, brothers, you know, take care of pops, moms, however, you know what I'm saying?
Generational wealth.
Generational, bro. And it's just like, whatever that means to me, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Not making it what the society says success is, but developing what success is for me personally, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What was like, you mentioned Bape, but what are the other brands that like kind of inspire you to do what you do?
So it's like Bape, of course, Nike, man.
Of course, like, the old Nike too.
The old Nike, bro. Like, cause I mean, I grew up rocking Starter, you know what I'm saying? Starter swishies, sweatsuits. Like mom's always had us in Starter, or even just swap meet clothing that was basketball inspired. It may have not been the real basketball shit, but it's just like bro, if I could show you photos of how my room used to look as a kid, moms used to put like NFL banners around. So just like I grew up a boy's boy. You know what I'm saying?
Especially a 90s baby.
A 90s baby, bro. I grew up with model cars, guns, G.I. Joes, you know, just like a boy.
I don't think they had that no more.
Nah,
like,
you know,
that era, like 90s and early 2000s, we were the kids that just had posters on the wall, like our favorite players.
Players, bro. Like I grew up like that, bro. Like my room was collaged with images and shit like that. But brand wise, bro, Bape, Acapulco Gold, fucking Kilo Goods, bro. Like fucking. Lamar and Dooley, like, and these are like old school. If you look these up, like Lamar and Dooley was a brand out of New York, bro. I used to want that shit so bad. Even then, bro, like Award Tour. I don't know if you're familiar with Philip T. Anad, but like I caught on.
It's Japanese.
Not even. He's from Rutgers, New York. No, is he from Rutgers? I think he's from New York. He went to Rutgers. I forgot where is he from. Like, I forgot where he's from originally. But black dude, black and white dude. Bro, like when the Award Tour, when I got hip to that, like 07, 08, and he was like a college kid doing this full-on blog, had full-on articles. Like he was very intentional about what he did, as well as his art direction and content. And I remember that just mentally fucking me up too, because it's like, yo, he's like damn near around the same age as me, but he's so intentional about what he's doing, and it just felt like he had a whole fucking like creative agency behind what he was doing, and it wasn't that. It was just him off his own merit. But like these brands really took up a lot of mental real estate within my head, bro, and just like, you know,
it's kind of like it makes you feel like, damn, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, bro, because it's like you see what they're doing at such an early point in their career, and it looks so big and grand, and it's like, damn, dog, like how in the fuck am I gonna get my shit to that level? You know,
I feel that because like me in the photography game, it's like, damn, like he's backed up by Leica. he got this. Like, fuck, a nigga want that.
You know, that's the lane I want. But you know, one thing I realized too in this shit, bro, you put enough pressure on anything, it'll happen.
Law of attraction.
Yeah, you just got to keep putting that
going.
pressure. Keep going,
goes back to
bro.
that conversation we had earlier.
Nipsey, bro.
RIP,
just keep going. RIP Nip, bro. But like, keep going, man. When you look at what Nip did before he passed to get to that point, bro, he put a lot of time in, man. Like a
years.
10-year marathon, bro. When you really think about it, because I remember getting hip to Nip after I graduated in 2009. Rich rolling on Slauson, him and Game. That one song, bro, and it's just like. And I say this, bro, coming from LA, like a nigga like Nip, when I first heard him, I thought it was just like another nigga banging on wax.
Yeah.
You know, it's just another
It's
just another nigga, hood nigga banging. Like, it's fire. He got shit because it relates. I know what he's talking about, but like, you don't see him turning into what he turned into, and it's like, he's that constant reminder, like, yo, you can do what the fuck you're doing, stay true to you, and people will come fuck with you, and you ain't never got to switch up.
Always gotta be yourself.
Be yourself, man.
That's the key thing. I think most of my relationships on the, I guess you could say, the commercial level or even just the underground level, they fuck with me because I'm being myself regardless.
Bro.
So it's just like a lot of people, and it's crazy because most people don't understand that.
They don't understand that authenticity, bro. Like, yo, anything that's authentic, bro, is always gonna last. Is always gonna withstand the test of time. And like, I'm not here to fake and flodge and act like I'm this nigga who got it all figured out. I'm from South Central, yo, first generation Nigerian American, like, still figuring out my funds, still figuring out credit, still figuring out how to
all researching
that researching every day, bro. Like
trying to get it, trying to see how they
get it. What's the proper ways, taking calculated risk. You know, this shit, you know, is not. It's not perfect. It ain't easy, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
Because anything worth having is worth fighting for, and it's just like. At this point, I'd rather figure out how to work on my own shit than like settle for just doing the 9-to-5 play and everything like that. You know,
it goes back to calculated risk. Cause I told myself this year I'm not working a 9-to-5.
Come on, bro. Like,
I don't give a damn how hard it is.
Come on, dog. I just got to that point this year, bro. I'll be 30 on the 28th, and like, you know, for me to say that at 30 and knowing how old you are, it's just like, damn, bro. Like, at 24, I would have never thought to do that shit, bro.
Yeah.
I'm all about a job. Like, no, I need a job. Like, I'm not here to figure out how to take care of myself without a job. And it's like, bro, I've finally gotten to that point now, and I have to realize once you take those calculated risks and you put your back against the wall, things
will come.
Things will come.
Most of my big homies, they would tell me like, yo, bro, what they would tell me? They would tell me like, look, okay, I understand you gotta get your paper, pay bills, whatever, but understand this: don't be there for a long time because if you do, you're not gonna get to. You're not gonna put your energy or your all into what you want to do.
You're not, bro.
So it's like once he said, like, yeah, I understand too. People got kids. Luckily, I don't have no kids. You know, people got kids, so it's gonna be more harder. That's one. Two, you probably gotta. Pay other things, bills come, expenses come. You know what I'm saying? So life. You know what I'm saying? So all that's gonna be a burner. So 9-to-5, just knock that out, stack your bread up as much as you can, and then take it to that
next level, bro. Know? So like that's where I'm at with this shit. This year I decided to do Little Africa full time. Outside of Little Africa, I also do wholesale. Like I used to work for this company brand called Stamp, and I started doing wholesale from them, which in turn. Started having me do wholesale for a few of the homies who have brands, getting them placement in the certain stores and whatnot like that. So it's just like, bro, I'm just at this point, man. I'm putting my back against the wall and figuring out what I got to do to like eat off this fashion shit because, you know, when this COVID shit happened, I didn't bring that up earlier, but like I was considering like, man, maybe it's time to just go towards a regular 9-to-5. Cause like,
see, that shit fuck with you mentally.
You know, maybe it's just time to go back to the regular 9-to-5 and just, you know, blue collar work. Like before I ever did anything in fashion, I was a fucking FedEx driver. And before that, I was working at Wingstop. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they got Wingstops out here?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So like, I just know how to work. So it's just like I had to get into a different headspace to figure out how to hustle and grind. You know, and really like not worry about a job and like know that the money's gonna come. Though. You know.
Yeah. You gotta always think that money gonna come. Don't worry about that right now. So how did you create Little Africa? What was the process of getting the name and everything like that?
So initially, right, like I'm in a cut and sewn, so I was going to trade tech, figuring out pattern making, garment construction, textiles, everything like that. So like I'm a true like cut and sewn head. I really appreciate like good garment construction. But you know, I created a brand that I'm still gonna release that. I'm still gonna do a cut and sewn brand, but I just got to get Little Africa up to a point where I could like use that money to put into cutting sewn, because cutting sewn ain't cheap, bro, at all.
My grandma, like, she sews, so I already know.
It's
getting fabrics,
fabric, bro. It's time consuming. There's a lot of money that goes into it. But I started coming up with an idea for a cutting sewn brand. Then once I realized, like, I can't afford to really do this, I'm like, I need to make something that I could kind of, like, you know, the streetwear brand, like, you know what I'm saying, like, do t-shirts, hoodies, crew necks, sweats, whatever. So, you know, I've had ideas for brands for years and never followed through with them. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of one of those kids who used to talk about shit but never follow through with it. Talk about it but never follow through with it.
Yeah. It'd be like that when you're younger.
You know, when you're young, bro, I want to do this. You'd be so overzealous about it, then it just don't happen. So with Little Africa, bro, I kind of just, like, I just looked at me like, man, like, I know who I am, you know, before any of this fashion shit. And I'm a first generation Nigerian American. I feel like my perspective is not like anyone else's because, you know, if you didn't grow up in a culture, like, LA is a culture, right? Mm-hmm. But it's multiple cultures. But I have the luxury of growing up first generation Nigerian, like, so I'm already infused in a culture that's authentically, like, yo, like, the black like, you know, I'm Nigerian, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I have roots in Africa. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just like an African American. Mm-hmm. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm African American, but I'm truly like African. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I felt like I needed to tell that story, but also too, like, I'm from South Central. Mm-hmm. So it's like those two worlds, those two dualities, there's no one in a lane telling that narrative. So I was just like, yo, I got to be intentional about that and give that game out. And that, like, my upbringing, how I saw things. Mm-hmm. So I was like, LA is Little Africa to me. So Little Africa is literally an acronym for LA.
Yeah, I peeped that.
You know, so I'm just like,
if you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. So it's like, it's what LA is for me. Being a first generation Nigerian American, like, LA is Little Africa. So my whole concept and understanding of it, bro, is based off of, like, the black experience. Like, you know, if you were to look up videos, like, James Brown's gone to Africa and performed, or, you know, there's influential African American artists who have also gone back to Africa to perform. You know, Muhammad Ali fought in Africa before. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've always gone back to the people. So it's just like African Americans and Nigerians or Africans, West Africans, we're all one of the same people.
Yeah, and, you know, it's so crazy. Based on stories of people that told me that went to Africa and stuff like that, it's just like the perception of it from America's point of view is way different from Africa. Africa is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Like, amazing. And it's just like me traveling a little bit more in the States and meeting different people that's actually African, it makes me realize, like, damn, America's kind of like political as hell.
Yeah, bro, they're all about the propaganda, dog. Like, America ain't shit, man. Like, you know, I asked my pops, right, because he's like 70 plus or hitting 70s, and I was just like, if you could do it all over again, where would you move to? I think he told me like Finland or Ireland, and the things he was saying, the reasons he was saying that's why he would move there as opposed to coming to America, it's like healthcare, and, you know, education. Like, he sees it from a bigger picture. I can only imagine
the propaganda of America was
back then. It's like, yo, home of the free, home of opportunity or whatever, land of opportunity. But it's like when you get here and you see what it's really hidden for, it's like, you know, if I would have done a bit more research, I could have possibly created a whole different lane for myself residing somewhere else, you know. And I've gotten that kind of firsthand experience too, just like going to Hong Kong and Japan. It's like,
I seen you in Japan,
man, bro. Like,
that shit change your perspective,
bro, man. Like, that's why I'm like, dog, I'm trying to, like, get my bread up out here enough to where I could live in Japan 6 months out the year. Yeah. Countryside and just be chilling, bro.
That's why, like, I say countryside. I feel like I enjoy more the countryside than the actual city.
The city, bro. Like, I want the countryside. I'm trying to be on my Zen master, Buddhist monk, you know what I'm saying? No, and not even trying to be, like, derogatory or, you know, funny or whatever, but, like, I just want to be, like, tranquil. Yeah. I don't want to feel like I got too much shit to worry about. I just want to be at peace, because if it was all said and done, bro, I wouldn't even have a gram, really. Like, I wouldn't even be on IG.
Y'all don't understand what we got to go through with, like, putting shit on the gram at this time and,
like, thinking
typing the whole
make it, bro, just responding to people. It's a lot, dog, and it's an energy zapper too.
And that's why team is important. You know, when you're building your business, you start to understand why employees are very important, why team is very important.
Because you can't do everything by yourself, bro. Like, it's a lot, dog. And I'm not complaining about it, because it's what I need to do right now to make sure that what I'm doing is going to be solidified. But when it's all said and done, bro, like someone else will be running this gram for me because I will not be doing it, dog.
Fact
like,
the moon though.
Like factuals.
Oh, so like when was the starting point of you like just saying like, fuck it, I'm gonna really take this shit serious and into that next level that you want to take it?
Honestly, bro, it was this year, man. Like June, dude. Like when June hit, and it was such a heavy time because we were dealing with like the deaths of like our brothers and sisters dying, by these police. And, like the injustice was fucking to another roof, bro. And it's just like, it was heavy, man, because it's just like, I was talking to my pops. It's like, us as black men, we live with the reality of what these police are doing to us. Mm-hmm. But to literally, tap into our phones and be informed of that every day, like that shit was doing a lot to me mentally, bro.
Mentally, I cried, bro. Like, I had to yo, like people don't understand us as black men. When we walk out that door, it's everything's a liability.
Come on, man.
The mental states when your parents say, "Yo, be safe."
Be safe.
Even that.
Hearing that, nigga,
you have to stop outside the door. Like you have like, damn, I gotta hear this again,
bro. Nigga, I used to in high school because I used to catch the bus home. Mm-hmm. So nigga, you walk to Crenshaw, Manchester, you got the Inglewood family niggas at rallies. Mm-hmm. They gonna bang on you, bro. They gonna fucking like. So every time I would fucking walk to the bus, the teachers, TAs, assistants, be safe. I used to hate hearing that because automatically it'd make me fear. Mm-hmm. Like, damn, something's gonna happen to me, man. I gotta be safe. Day. I gotta be safe. Like, that's every day, bro. Like, I gotta catch 2 buses to get home and walk once I get off that last bus, Mm-hmm. This is LA, bro. Like, anything can happen, dog. Like, any nigga can suspect that you're affiliated with something that you're not, pull your card or just retaliate on you, and it's just like there's no follow-up, bro. Yeah. Like, so it's like shit gets sick. But yeah, man, like having to live with that reality, and then it's just like, getting the courage to realize, like, bro, like seeing how it was, like, yo, there was a higher focus on black creatives. Like, I went through this back and forth where it's just like, man, am I wrong to try to like push my brand during this time? But it's like, I've been pushing this even before the climate was what it was. You know what I'm saying?
I've been peeped that too.
I've been doing what this is. It's not some shit I just started because people want to realize they black this shit. Like, nah, I've been a black man in America. Like, I know what this shit hitting for.
And that's what it got. It's kind of like one of those type of situations that you don't even want to speak on anything around that because it's like you see that it's forced. You know what I'm saying? Like, even like, you might be going to rub a couple of feathers, what I'm about to say, but even with the protests sometimes, like, y'all don't understand that, okay, what comes after that?
It was a little performative, bro. Yeah. A lot of these protests.
Even celebrities.
Come on, bro. This shit was performative, man. And I'm like, people were kind of social media bullying people if you didn't repost shit or say shit. And it's like, yo, I'm living through this. I don't need to.
I live in the hood every day.
Come on, I don't need to repost this because I'm living through it every day. Like I'm seeing this shit happen every day. You guys are seeing this shit on social media. You feel like I need to repost and share this. Like, no, I'm living in this shit every day. So it's like, I can't make this my world because I gotta live. I still gotta have the mental fortitude to live. Because if I don't, then I'm literally going to turn myself into this hermit crab who feels like I can't do shit because something may happen to me, or like I'm always thinking the worst. And it's like, during that time I had to fight through so much, and, just seeing where my life was headed. And it's just like, man, like I'm about to be 30 years old, man. Like I want to get to a point where I'm eating off my own plate. And I just took that leap, and like, seeing what the support was and knowing that I got good quality work too that I haven't put out. It just kind of put that fire under my ass. Like, you know what, man? The people are showing me like they fuck with this. They get what I'm doing. It's time to really take that focus in.
Yeah, most definitely. So what would you say the skills that you develop of making the brand and building your business at the same time?
For me, bro, it's just realizing, man, like you got to give yourself grace. Like you're not going to know everything starting off. You may ruffle some feathers in regards to how you deal with people on a business tip. You may not be too inclined to how to respond to emails properly or paying for invoices or they don't understand, bro, the learning curve you go through when you're really trying to do something that you grew up with no representation. I didn't grow up with people doing fashion around me. I grew up with people working jobs. You know what I'm saying? And to this day, like, my dad, like, he gets what I'm doing, but he's about stability. He didn't come to America for a dream.
It's like perspective.
Yeah, it's perspective, so he sees that I'm making money with it, But he's like, son, like, I want you to be able to have a 401k, healthcare, this, that, and the other. But it's like, nah, literally, like, what I had to learn was, like, you are the author of your life. You determine what you are going to do. And if you put the effort and drive into it and you're intentional about it, it will turn into what you want it to turn into. My big sister, and she told me, like, anybody that you admire, what they did was start. Yeah. Anybody, bro, from Jordan to Kobe, Nip, anybody that we admire, bro, they started.
And they took risks.
Bro. So it's like once you get over the fear of starting, everything else will figure itself out.
What's so crazy, because a lot of people in the LA area, they my friends out here, they be like, yo, just take the risk and move out here. You know what I'm saying? It's like to break your career. You know what I'm saying? It's like a make or break a career, but you won't know until you try.
You won't know until you try, bro. Like, I got so many homies, dog. I got homies who moved out here from Florida too. And when I linked up with them, because, bro, like, I'm gonna keep it real, certain homies who I got who moved out here, they were able to take certain stigmas and perspectives off of my mind about the city, because I was able to see how they were able to move in the city. I'm from here, bro. They were doing things I ain't never been around or ain't never been exposed to. And I'm just like, wait, how did you find that? You're not even from here. So it's like, once I seen how they kind of like saw the landscape of LA and saw it as a land of opportunity to make what they want happen, that kind of put that fire up under my ass too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because I'm a competitive nigga, low key. Like, that's the Nigerian in me,
but
bro.
That's
like,
good, though.
That's, you know,
so especially
like,
in business.
Yeah, so like seeing homies come out here who aren't from here capitalize on a place that I've been born and raised in, it's like, nah, I gotta get my shit together, yo. Like, nah, it's time to boss up, yo, for real.
What would you say motivates you on a day-to-day basis?
Bro, not having it, nigga, like, shit, bro, I want it. So it's like, I ain't got nobody in my family who just got it figured out, and it's not to even perpetuate that story, but it's really the reality, bro. Like, I don't have anybody in my family who just got it all figured out.
At all. It's mostly friends.
It's friends, bro. Like, you know, and it's like, I want this shit, man, because it's like, this is all I know how to do. Like, when COVID hit, and I realized, like, damn, I can't work in fashion right now because of COVID, but I don't have any other skill sets that can really just propel me in another industry. It's like,
and that's a whole different reset.
You know what I'm saying? It's the different mental reset. So I was just like, bro, like, I've spent my life fucking with fashion for a reason, because this is what I want to do. This is all my interest, my drive is fashion. This is what I love. So it's like, I got to find a way to stay in this shit, yo. Like, but that's been really driving me, bro. Like, my desire to really want to, like, that 16-year-old kid, bro, like, who wanted to be a part of this shit, yo.
Okay, when you designing for Little Africa, how would you like what inspiration do you get while you designing for Little Africa?
So for me, man, it really stems from the Black experience. You know, like, a lot of my references are from like the 70s, late 60s.
Yeah, I peeped that on Instagram.
Yeah,
late 60s, and I like that. I like that.
Yeah, bro. So it's like, and that's simply, I draw from that because, like, my pops was born in 51 and my mom was born in 61. So I just grew up around a lot of old energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, mom's late teens, early teens was like in the 70s, 80s, you know what I'm saying? Pops grew up in Nigeria during the 60s and the 70s.
That probably was
you know what I'm saying? Like, he tells me stories about going to see Fela Kunta live and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And, like, growing up, my mom was like a big music head. And just growing up in South Central is always flavor in South Central. So it's just like, you know, she grew up fast out here, just in the city, you know, around gang niggas and shit like that. So it's like, I kind of have that essence in me. I feel like I'm drawing from the essence of, like, how my father and my mom grew up. And
the best of both worlds.
It's the best of both worlds, bro, because I feel like anything, when it comes to the Black experience, I feel like the Black experience was that is most authentic in the 70s. From music, style.
Anywhere.
Bro.
Anywhere, literally. Like, the 70s probably has to be my favorite
era, bro. Musically, bro. Like, the confidence that we had to do the things that we did, we were very experimental with music, fashion.
I think that was the happiest year.
Come on, bro.
Black culture.
In Black culture, bro. From the outside looking in, at least. You know what I'm saying?
Least,
being like a 90s baby looking at the 70s. But it's like, yeah, bro, like, I draw from that, man. And it's like, I'm here to tell people what the Black experience looks like from a Black man who's living it authentically. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to fake and flaunt it. Like, yo, I'm me, and you gonna fuck with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gonna fuck with it because ain't nobody else doing this shit like me, yo.
Exactly.
No one else is talking like me, acting like me, walking like me, putting out this product like me. So it's just like, yo, it's real, and real recognize real. You gonna feel it.
What would you say has to be your favorite piece that you designed so far?
So Right now, I'm getting ready to work on a hat that's coming out soon, so I'm really fond of that because it's like, yo, like, you know, I see that I'm going in a different.
I can see that.
Yeah, you know, I'm going in a different lane in regards to items. It's just not tees and hoodies and shit. But like my varsity hoodie was probably like my favorite because I seen how people responded to it, and I always wanted to do a hoodie with like some sort of like Chanel collegiate lettering on it, like a patch. So executing that was like a good moment for me because I proved it to myself. But the Foxy Brown tee.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I remember when you put that out. That was like, damn. I was like, yo, he knows. He gets it.
Yeah, bro. So like that Foxy tee, man, and just, you know, my nigga out of London, bro, my nigga D, man, like he helped me with that whole design. And you know, I just remember that was the first design I ever came up with under Little Africa before there was ever a logo or anything. I came up with that first. So, you know, seeing how I was able to, that was the initial design I ever came up with, and then seeing how people responded to it, and to this day people still fuck with it. It's just like, yeah, like those two are like my favorite, bro. Like the hoodie and that Foxy Brown tee. Yeah.
How did you even like think about creating a logo? Because it resembles what you're doing. So
Yeah.
like, because I go to school for commercial art, so
Okay.
like understanding logos and stuff like that. What made you create that logo, and what was like the final last straw of that logo?
So, bro, like, and this is the thing, I'll tell y'all, yo, when it comes to like finding designers, because like everything on the Little Africa, I'm not on Photoshop designing this shit. I'm just a creative director. I'm the brains and the ideas. I'm the one typing up these elaborate emails to these graphic designers. Like, this is what I want, and like taking the time to be intentional with them to create what it is that I'm looking for. But literally, man, found a graphic designer on Instagram, hit him up, and just start plotting it, bro.
The power of the internet.
Yeah, power of the internet. So, you know, I was on websites like defont.com.
I still use that to this day.
You know, and just typing
I can't afford,
you know,
at the time.
I can't afford for somebody to literally create a whole new typography for me. So it's like, okay, let me use the resources that I got. I know I want my brand name to be Little Africa. I know I like curve, like cursive-y style lettering, like that flows and like has swooshes and shit on it. So I was just being really intentional about looking up different typography styles, like using Pinterest to look at different old ads and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Just taking the time to really dive into what I was trying to create. And I just knew I wanted it to feel 70s. I knew I wanted the type style to feel very 70s and just hip. And when you see it, I just wanted it to take up mental real estate in your head. When you see it, you'll remember it. Yeah, it takes you back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that I was just being as intentional as I could with that. And I felt like the letters, as well as the coloring of the letters, because it's like LA, that purple and gold, you know, that yellow, that bright, vibrant. So I'm like, it's got to be yellow. You know what I'm saying?
People got to understand, like, creating logos, and this by me going to school and understanding logos even more. Like logos, it's the details in it. You have to pay attention to it. It's a story behind the logos. Like, my teacher, actually, he put me on game with this documentary called something design, and each episode is a Tinker Hatfield actually. I forgot the name. Abstract. Yes. On Netflix. Yeah. I forgot the lady's name, but she was like a art director, and she was talking about like how the stages of her career and how like she creates logos. Like she created actually the Citibank logo. Wow. And how like around the time like the 90s, it was something. It was like another bank collaborating with Citi. And they had to go through like 80 or 100 logos just to create that one Citibank logo. You know what I'm saying? And even like the Instagram logo, this other guy, he created the whole Instagram symbol. He had to go through different colors, gradients, and stuff like that.
It's intentional.
People gotta understand, it's deep. It's not just you put it up and you put it up. It's detailed.
And, bro, you know, the reality is, man, like there's a lot of people doing brands and shit like that, and you could tell who kind of just like
who gets it and don't get it,
bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, man, you got to be intentional with this shit, especially if you see longevity with your shit. If you're just doing it for the time being, by all means, run it up.
And we seen people coming up.
You know what I'm saying? But if you're really trying to have some sort of like stake in this shit and see your shit grow over time, your logo has to be something you don't have to go back to the drawing board and fix and correct.
Each year or
you know what I'm saying? Like,
because people pay attention.
Your logo is your brand identity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just
like if you look at logos like McDonald's.
Come on now, like McDonald's, Burger King, Nike, bro. Like
they haven't changed.
They ain't changed shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? The swoosh. Like, who would have thought that swoosh would be what it means today? But it's just like, bro, like.
And that goes back into what you said. How I can understand why you saying that right now, because you said something about Nike. You was looking at old school Nike shit and how they're resembled and all that stuff on like 90s Nike versus like the 2000 Nikes. Even the 80s. The 80s was underestimated. The underestimated era of Nike, but I like more the 80s to be honest with you, of Nike, and early 90s.
Yep, me too.
Of Nike, but if you look at the around that era versus the 2000 was just a newer generation, which I don't know, but the
golden
the work,
bro,
all that stuff, the
quality, bro, like Nike logos and just the shoes, bro. Like
I like the Nike, like the Nike cursor with the Nike symbol.
Yeah, bro. Like you feel me? Like dog. Nike does it so well, and like Nike was like Gucci for us. Yeah. Well, for me at least, like bro, like I love Nike.
I have a whole bunch of Nikes.
Come on, dog. I just bought like this 1990s Jumpman sweatsuit, the bread colorway, bro. I spent good money on that shit, and it's like, granted, yes, it's a couple $100 I spent on it, but I like what it does for me. I need it because it brings me back to that time where like it's that inspiration, bro.
It's
like,
a storytelling.
It's a storytelling, bro. Like it brings me back to that time where I remember Jordan in a fucking just Nike jumpsuit, bro. Like this is like, you know, did you watch The Last Dance?
Of course.
Did you see all that retro shit they was rocking, bro?
Not only that, the whole story. You seen the last shot? How Jordan was just
on, bro.
He just sat there, like he was telling his story. The reason why he was sitting down the whole time, like his adrenaline was up, like he just couldn't. He didn't know how to react.
Come on, bro. It's crazy. Just like dog, like all that gear they was rocking, all the just
14s. You saw the story about the ones that when he went to Madison
bro.
Square Garden?
Like his niggas' feet was bleeding in them shoes. I didn't even, bro. Them shoes you can't ball in them shoes. They flat as fuck. Yeah, but it's like. His shoes, bro. I remember my first pair of Jordans, dog. Like as a shorty, like what? Like I had the 13s, so the red and white ones. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
by you like designing now, like understanding like the shoe perspective is like, yo, it's like you understand Tinker Hatfield.
Yeah, bro. More, like these dudes are fucking like
they take risks too.
Bro, like these dudes are gods within their own rights, man. They're creating things they're just timeless, you know? And to create something, like that's my whole objective, bro. I want to create something timeless. That's why I'm going back to the 70s, because that was like a timeless era for me. I want to create something, bro, like when I look back at this shit, I'm not going to be like, ugh, I can't believe I created that. I want to be like, yeah, that shit still look good.
And then, you know, people going to probably remind you, like, yo, that piece that you made, woo.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit, okay.
Okay.
Because you worry about the
they but still like, yo, when I seen that piece, and, you know, I get the reaction from people on the gram when they see my logo or the Chanel patch logo. It's just like, I'm like, yeah, you guys are reminding me why I'm doing this shit. Thank you.
You got to have the people to remind you, like, yo, you're doing good, because mentally it's like, oh damn, I'm so focused on the future.
You know what I'm saying?
And, you know, every time I be looking at my past work, I'm like, I forget how good it is
and how much time you been putting in it, bro. Like it's like kind of that reminder, because you get so caught up with the work. It's like you gotta go back and kind of give yourself your flowers. Yeah. Like, nah, I've been doing good work, man. I know I've been doing some good work. Yeah, you gotta pat yourself on the back, man. Like, yo, I know I've been doing some good work, man. Like,
so what did the term Soulmate Global come from?
So, bro, like that, and I got to give credit to my nigga D out of London, bro. Like, he kind of, this is when we were creating the Foxy Brown logo or design. And we were trying to figure out if we wanted to put Little Africa on the front, just placements. And he was like, yeah, Little Africa, Soulmate Global. And the way he said it, I was like, damn, bro, that sounds really good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I was trying to come up with a different tagline for Little Africa. You know, like Nike, just do it. Yeah. I'm telling you, Nike is like,
that's the
you know what I'm saying? It's Nike, just do it. When you hear that, just do it, you know, like Nike. Okay. Yeah. So it's like when you hear that Soulmate Global, you know, Little Africa. Yeah. I'm being intentional like that. So it's like for me, bro, when the meaning behind Soulmate Global is there's nowhere in the world you can go and not see the black experience exemplified somewhere, or the black experience affecting somewhere outside of like the States. You know, like I went to Japan, bro, and it was like everyone coming, oh, you're so cool. And like I'm saying how they dress, and you got Japanese kids out there trying to get dreads and shit. Yeah. we're infectious no matter where we go. We're global people. Yeah. Even if we haven't had the opportunity to travel halfway across the world.
We inspire
the whole universe. Our culture and how we do things and how resilient we are as a people and strong and just courageous and so forth and so on touches every part of the world.
And you know what I heard, people that travel overseas, like when they see people like us, they be so used to like the rappers, you know, they think that's how we are. But when they meet people like us, that's like intellectual and you know, that do different things, they be like, wow, like oh my god, like I didn't know like there are people like you, like you know what I'm saying, and that's in this color. And they be like so amazed that the way we talk. People forget us as black men and black people as a whole. We are intellectual people too.
Very
like,
much so.
You know
We're not just ignorant. Not dumb. Yeah, we ain't ignorant. They think we're like a monolithic people. We're just all of our experiences are the same and everything like that. And it's like, no, we're not monolithic, yo. Like the only thing monolithic about us is our skin. Yeah. You know, but everything outside of that, bro, like we all come from different backgrounds. We all got different experiences that have shaped us and molded us into who we are, you know?
What would you say would be your dream collaboration? Would you want to do?
Man, for lifetime, bro, for me, dog.
Besides Nike,
like, and I don't even know how me and Nike could merge. You know what I'm saying? Unless they gave me access to the vault, and I could go back and grab some old shit and do some different colorways on some waffle racers or some like Air Force 3s or some shit like that. But honestly, bro, it'd be Nike because Nike owns Converse. So I would love to do a Chuck.
I see that.
You know, but also to a Wallaby. I would love to do a Wallaby, bro, on some like player shit. I would also love to do a fucking like Ben Davis collab.
I see that.
You know what I'm saying? Like workwear collab. I would love to do like a Red Cap collab. Fucking just like anything workwear Americana. You know what I'm saying? Like Lacoste would be fire if I could do a little Africa Lacoste collab. Like
I see that.
That'd be fire.
I see that most definitely. What cities would you say inspires you the most?
Cities for sure. New York. New York is a barrel. I mean, not a barrel, but just a city that inspires me a lot. Like growing up, East Coast music did a lot for me. Like Nas and fucking Cameron, Dipset movement, Jay-Z.
Early 2000s,
man. That shaped a lot of me, bro. So like that in Japan, bro. Japan, Jamaica. I've been out there before, and bro, like just any tropical place, bro. I haven't had the opportunity to go to Africa yet. I was hoping to go this year. I was hoping to go this year, but COVID and the flight restrictions are kind of prohibiting that. But for sure, bro, LA, bro, like my own backyard inspires me, the people within LA. But on a grand scheme, like New York, Japan, fucking Jamaica, bro. Like,
I can see you out there.
Bro, what?
Getting inspired over there.
Bro, Jamaica, man, tropical, my beautiful black women. You feel me?
Trying to tell
like just looking at them, loving on them, man.
It's something about black women, man. I drew over there.
Bruh, come on, dog. Like, I get it, bro. Niggas have different struggles, different folks, but like, I grew up very black. Yeah. So like,
I can't see myself. No disrespect.
Yeah, no disrespect.
I can't see myself just fucking with
any race, bro.
I feel like they don't understand the struggle.
Come on. I need to be able to say some shit or inside joke and you get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't be like, and I want to say nigga. I don't want to be like, if you got a fan, like, I go on about this, but I just want to feel comfortable around my lady. So she got to be black, yo.
Exactly. How would you describe the style of Africa?
For me, man, and it's like, for me, bro, so for me, when I dress, like, I'm trying to put a fit on. Yeah. So I want people to, when they wear Little Africa, to put a fit on. Like, I want you to feel like you got a fit on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got a whole fit off, an elaborate outfit. Like, my hoodie, people tell me, like, oh, do sweats. But I feel like my hoodie isn't supposed to be paired with sets. It's supposed to be paired with, piece. Like, a piece. You know, it's a piece that you add on with, like, your denims or your pants or your shorts that you want to wear at the time, your cargos, whatever. Yeah. Like, you dress it up. I feel like my clothing is meant to be dressed up. It's not casual. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when you go to Supreme and you buy that shirt, you gonna like, being a 16-year-old kid, if you get that Stussy shirt from up against the wall at the Fox Hills Mall, like, yo, I'm rocking this Stussy shirt on free dress day. This ain't the shirt I go to sleep in. This is the shirt I wear on my free dress day. Like, when I get the opportunity to wear like some shit out of my closet, this is my piece.
And you just want
to, you just want niggas to know, like, oh, I see you with the Stussy. Like, oh yeah, you see me. Like, it's something slight. Yeah, you know, it's something real regular. I ain't even trying to do too much, yo. So that's my whole thing, bro. I want niggas to feel like they got something on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So what are the future goals for you, and as well as for Little Africa as well too?
For me, bro, just
Besides the COVID shit.
yeah, like keep the consistency of releases up. Just keep putting quality product out. Definitely like incentivize people to pull up to like pop ups and stuff. Like I still want to do pop ups because like, I know retail isn't really too much as important as it once was, but like I don't want people to feel like Little Africa only lives online. I want to create experiences where people could pull up. Like I have this concept called the Sonic Funk Experience, and
I did peep down your website.
Yeah, I want that to be like a bi-monthly pull up where it's like people are actually dressing. Like there's a dress code. Like you gotta wear.
I think Africa they do that a lot now.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Yeah. Like I want, cause out here, like I think about when my mom grew up. I remember, or when my mom, when I was growing up and seeing my mom go out and shit, she would get dressed up.
Yo, my grandma. Oh man, it's like we correlate because I used to see my grandma when she'd go out with her boyfriend. It's like, damn, grandma, like I
see the fit, like I smell you. Yeah. I see the hairstyle. You going out to like have a good time. And I feel like, bro, for like people within our age group, we don't have a space where we're around our age group doing adult things because like age merges so much now. So it's like, bro, like I want to have a space where people feel like I'm going out tonight. And
nothing gonna stop me.
Ain't nothing gonna stop me. I'm about to have a good time, listen to some good music. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna get a drink. I'm gonna mac a joint. Like I'm gonna have a good time. So it's like I want to create a pull up called the Sonic Funk Experience where we playing all vinyls. Ooh. I got my homie, let's say I get my Dominican homie, he's putting on like, Caribbean music or whatever the case is. Or I got my Jamaican homie, he's putting on the reggae jams. Or I got my South Central homies, he's putting on the oldies, It's like I want to have these spaces and places where people could really, have a good time, bro. Yeah. Like really go step out and feel like they had a good time. So that I want to do like skate parties. Like I just want to like create spaces where you could experience the Black experience authentically,
Of course. So
and you see us.
Of course.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, you see us.
So one last question. What advice would you want to give to the people that's aspiring to do a similar path that you did or doing?
Man, be intentional. Find who you are first. Don't let this shit define you. Yeah. Because social media has the power to make people feel like their importance is on the gram, and it's not. Your importance is like when no one's around you, how do you feel about you? That's the you need to tap into. Yeah. So before you put yourself out there socially to do anything, make sure you're right within. Make sure you have your head on straight. Make sure no one can define you or tell you anything about you because people will have opinions, narratives on you that could shipwreck you, shake you up and shit like that. But if you don't know who you are, all that shit's going to fuck you up. But if you know who you are, you could flow in this shit. But also, too, be a student. Take the time to learn what it is you need to learn at your pace. Don't let other people dictate how fast you need to go in this shit because it's like it's a marathon, yo. No pun intended, yo. R.I.P. Nip, because we are in the city right now. But like, yo, for real, find out who you are, find out what it is that you want to do, and take the time to be a student. Ask questions. You know what I'm saying? Ask questions. Don't ever feel like you can't ask questions. Like, ask questions, hit people up. If you know people who are doing similar things like you that you feel you may be able to get a question off on, hit them up. And don't feel away if they don't hit you up.
I feel like I'm glad you brought in the question part because I feel like us as black people, we was raised don't ask no questions.
Don't ask no questions. Mum's the word. Yeah. But it's like, nah, yo, like don't expect nothing from nobody, but when you do get the help that you need, appreciate that because no one owes you nothing in this shit, yo. Life in general, don't nobody owe you nothing. Exactly. But find out what it is that you want to do and be intentional about it. Put the effort and the time in, you know what I'm saying, and make sure you get it done.
Man, this is like one of my favorite interviews right here, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but wait, before you go, bro. Okay. I have to come through, bless you with the proper, you feel me? Got you right.
I'm in LA. Right. I'm getting gifts. You feel me? That's real recognized real. I appreciate it, man.
Bro, get what you need. I appreciate you hitting me up, dog.
It's all but love, combo,
man. I appreciate this.
It's just like I'm from Miami. Just seeing LA. I've been to LA before, but this time I'm out here. Like I'm here for a couple weeks, so it's like seeing the homies like relate to what we got going on and just in general creators. you know, it's just amazing. And I appreciate, you know, it's just one of them type of situations, real recognized, real.
Off top.
So, how can the people reach you?
So I'm on social media, littleafrica.la. I don't have a personal page, so I really only I got a Finsta, but I ain't gonna give that out. I'll give it to you, but I ain't gonna give it out to everybody. Like, you know, because like I like the aspect of Finsta because I could just post shit without worrying about people liking, commenting. You know, I could just post random photos I take. But littleafrica.la. And man, my website is soulmateglobal.com. It's in the bio, and hit me up, DM if there's anything you want to know or find out about a potential release, whatever. Like I'm accessible, you know. You feel me?
All right, this is episode 30 of Behind the Beard podcast with Ojo, and we out.
Yo, blessings.